Hey everybody, we're back after a short break. Session 107, Part 2. The Menagerie followed Willem, the dwarf that works for the Agronomist Guild, stationed here in Carver, back to his bar, and next to it is a empty building, and then, yes, bar, air quotes, and then next to that would be where him and his brothers stay, which he lovingly calls them shitheads. They met Willem coming into town through the Soot Flats, aka the ghettos, the shantytown on the outskirts of the Gem Wall. I was trying to find what I called them, but it's the Gem Walls and the Gem Arches. I think it was the Gem Walls, or is it just Gem Arches? Let me see it again. A DM should be more in tune with his city, but I made the city such a long time ago. But I forgot. The Gem Gates, that's what they're called. The Glittering Walls and Gem Gates. That's what it is. Ha.
It's the entrance?
Yeah, so the wall is called the Glittering Wall, and the entry points, so there's 3 of them. The one from the south, I guess southeast, or southwest, the one in the northeast, and then the one that leads to the Terra, the Terra Steps. Those are known as the Gem Arches. So yeah, traveling through the Gem Arches into the area known as the Gem Dusts that are surrounded by the glittering walls. They have a place to stay for the night as thanks for pulling Willem out of some trouble. Yeah, in the evening would take, they managed to start a fire in the stove inside the building, and they were able to rest right before going to bed. Dregnar used his totemic abilities to befriend a rat, which he has now named Cheesy, that will hopefully help him around town. But he did witness small reptilian-like humanoids hunting rats and other small creatures throughout the area in the darkness. DM to players, Cobalt. And that's where we're picking up. In the morning, unless my players say, no, I want to do something at night.
Just for myself, I have the usual attempting to communicate.
Oh, yes, okay. So go ahead and roll me that. What did I have you do? Persuasion using your Arcana or whatever.
Wow. The headache's getting worse.
Oof, yeah. So, not. You get the sense like the bag, or whoever or whatever this bag is tolerating you, but today, this evening, had nothing. He wanted nothing to do with you. Like it severed the connection like halfway through this evening. Just like tether.
I did have one small thing, if I could.
Okay. Someone is giving a little feedback. I'm not sure. Donnie, you had a little feedback. There we go. Nope. Still open mic. Donnie, open mic.
Yeah.
There you go. Yay, thank you. Yeah. You do not see one this night. So yeah. If I will say, if you guys want to, you guys get a long rest. You get to roll your items, your whatever features that you need to recharge. So let's do that. Let's keep track of everything.
So
I think Al, you're pretty much good right now.
Remember healer's kits if you heal hit dice.
Yes, I don't think any of y'all took really any damage last.
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay. So yeah. Oh yeah, that would be a ration of food for the evening for all of you, unless if you used a ladle to expand it, and then it would just be 2 rations, as you were not able to pull from the bag for rations.
Unless
So,
you guys want me to scrounge for food.
Could you hear? Could you
You
take
wouldn't
one of
want to.
one of your rat friends as friends? You're our meal now, buddy.
Come here, you little bitch.
Yeah. So let's see. Oh, I would
a
say
good call. I probably can't scrounge much here.
Yeah, you wouldn't find anything. I would say. So onto the occults. It's attuned to a bardic magic.
Yep.
For Sej. And then Sej, this as a note, I mentioned it in Discord, but I think you saw what I did for your necklace of prayer beads.
Yes, I didn't see all the details about it. Is there something
Yeah.
that I need to be refreshed?
No, essentially, the necklace item itself is what's the attuned portion, and it kind of tells you the whole, like, each bead contains a spell. If you do it, you can use a bonus action, yada yada.
Gotcha.
The number of charges on the thing is determined by the bead. The bead will so when you're like, if you're using, let's say, the bead of Circle of Power, you will use the charge on the Circle of Power
I see.
bead.
Okay, hey, this is great.
Okay. The enduring one is the one that gives you like the passive bonus, like, where if you were to be incapacitated, you can make a wisdom saving throw. It reads it out for you. And then it also has a special feature that it can use its charge for one of your other beads as well. So yeah.
One thing I don't see on here on these beads is like duration. Is there a duration for these things?
They're spells. You have to go look up the spell. So Circle of Power is a
Okay.
spell. Bless is a spell. So Bless is 1 minute. Circle of Power, I think, is 10 minutes. But you create the spell. So if they make you concentrate, so you're still concentrating on the spell and everything.
Gotcha.
The Enduring Will, that's just like a passive benefit that you have. You just have to remember to use it, right? It's like with Al, he needs to remember with his Equipos that when he gets hit by something that makes him do an attack that makes him do a saving throw, he needs to remember, oh, I get to do that at advantage.
Yeah, Al.
It does that?
Yeah, effects caused from attacks. Like stuff like that. Like Danny or Davis needs
Wait,
to
it does
remember that
damage on True Strike? What?
and that, like, his mantle of the Pack Lord mantle
I
makes it
forgot
so he
that
can't
too.
be flanked and he can't be, they don't get advantage for attack,
Listen,
stuff like
we
that.
all screw up, okay? No need to name people.
Yeah. No, I'm naming it so that it like sits in there so you guys remember. No, that's all.
I'm gonna
Quit being
I'm
so
gonna
bad at
start
this
the
game,
day
guys.
off by I'm gonna start the day off by clutching the prayer beads and doing enduring will for myself.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just you're just getting familiar with how it functions, and you don't,
Yeah,
you feel the bead as
exactly.
you're kind of like, it is, while it is made of that unique, very dense stone, you can feel it in your hand. It is a bead that has been passed down and shared, probably through various individuals. And you know how, like, stone gets polished when people, like a bead and stone that gets polished when people just constantly over decades rub on it,
Yeah.
or it's very smooth. It's really weird. So,
You've been all over this rock.
help. All right, so we got important. We got engine. What is number 2? Number 2 for the engine. Cool. Is anyone using the coin? Yeah.
The
Okay.
fickle
Cool.
coin? I have
Yeah.
it.
Cool.
I think I used it once.
You have.
No, I'm just making sure. Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
Making sure. All right. Cool. Just making sure we're not forgetting anything. So you got distant spells today. Cool. Oh, you got long range Misty Step if you really wanted to do it. Cool. Yeah. So morning comes. As you guys kind of rise, some of the little scraps from your rations that you guys didn't, finish off. You see, like, roaches and little critters just scatter as you guys start motioning in the morning, kind of getting up to greet the day. That was a good rest, not on the road, actually having 4 walls and a roof over your head. What are you guys gonna do?
So,
What?
we're here to follow that map thing, right, guys?
Yeah.
I think
And
so, yeah.
Dragnar, you said you know a way in?
Well, I saw a vision, but what he explained doesn't exactly match up. But then again, it may not be at this time that the vision was sent to me.
Sounds like we kind of have to go that way, though, right?
Yeah. Oh, I'd say we go and see. You know, he did say that there were stone workings and writings, and that kind of resembles something that I saw. So,
Are we
what's the
talking
worst?
about that mine? That abandoned mine, I guess? Yeah.
Well, not abandoned now. People are mining it for soil and apparently gems again now since they found a new tunnel that reopened.
And to be honest with you, I think that's the way we should go first because, you know, if everything else has been kind of explored to the point where they're pulling dirt out, I don't think it's really, you know, necessary for us to go down those.
How long has it been since since the second boom has started? Is this recent or has it been a few months? Because the way the city looks doesn't look like anyone's really.
Oh yeah, it looked like shit. What, 5-6 months ago when we came through? No, more than that. About 5-6 months ago.
There was no boom back then.
I don't think
this
so. It was
is
the same
very recent.
dirty looking dudes.
I thought Willem said a few weeks. I don't think he specified, but doesn't sound like it was too long.
He definitely said it was a few weeks or so, but they broke through a old collapse.
I
What's
just
the
want to make
worst that
sure we.
happened? We're getting a fight. Let's go.
Nah, that's the thing is I don't want to get sidetracked too much. We could. It just feels like we could just pick a ton of fights here, and maybe some of them are good, and maybe some of them are bad. But it's I think we have better things to do, not just here but elsewhere, right? Like that asshole in Whitlaw. We want to eventually take
Kill him? Yes.
down a peg at the very. Yeah, okay, that's one way to do it. And I think that's something that's gonna have bigger impact than just picking up bullies here. So
We also got to, going back to Whitlaw's a good idea because I want to get rid of the thing that's with the person in the place,
right, exactly. So basically what I'm saying is let's not try and fix everything we can at all times. Let's focus on the big stuff. And again, thank you guys so much for taking the time to even come here and help me with this. I hope it's something that's interesting and good for you guys too. But again, I just feel like most of this is because really I just wanted to see what the fuck's going on with,
the thing.
And yeah. So thank you. But
Okay.
yeah, let's
As
try and keep focused.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's fine.
As Davis is thanking y'all, can I have all of y'all give me perception checks?
Oh boy.
Besides Davis.
My hair's entirely orange now.
Jeepers. I can't roll today.
Damn.
7. Roll the 2.
Such is on fire now.
I'm looking at you.
Oh, wait, but I get advantage, I think. It says.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
the Sentinel Shield, yeah.
Oh, I rolled a 2 again.
Nice.
Everybody sees me looking at him, so everybody
Yeah,
looks
stare
away.
of death, like, what is going on?
Yeah. So as you guys are having breakfast again, it would be rations. It'd be either 1 ration for all of you or 2 rations to feed everybody if you're using the ladle to expand it.
I'll use 2 rations. If
Okay.
anybody is...
Yeah, let's ladle it.
Cool.
I have plenty.
All right. Are you expending a charge of the ladle to infuse the food, or just leaving it just
I think
delicious?
I unattuned
Right.
Oh,
the
that's right.
ladle.
Yeah, that's right. So just
I was
food
up
is
to your tricks. You were psychedelically messing with us the whole time. It wasn't bad RNG.
No,
It wasn't.
no. I very quickly edit the item every time you make a roll.
Oh,
I
a 3?
change that
Oh,
to-
that's funny. It's weird.
It's hallucination.
No,
What?
you just had me roll 4 ones in a row.
Yeah, that was so crazy. So silly. Yeah, you guys are like eating, kind of discussing what's going on in the morning. As Davis is kind of thinking, you guys, it's pretty obvious to all of you except for Karos that there's more orange sprouting from his hair, from the head of his hair. Obviously, I don't know how clothed you are, Davis, but it's got his armpits exposed. Like the effects of the comb have been washed away. Like when you covered his hair back to make it like his natural color on the top of his head, it's gone, and then now there's more. His armpits are his normal color, and now there's more orange coming through. And as you guys are kind of observing this, you hear outside, just angry voices yelling at each other, just muffled from like the building over. Just a whole bunch of yelling.
Take a look outside. If there's any nearby window, I'll stick my head out.
Sounds like something's happening.
Yeah.
What?
As
Where?
points it out, and you kind of look. It's next door. You just hear 4 male voices yelling at each other. You fucks! What is wrong? It's getting muffled by the buildings and everything. Like, what were you thinking? We're just trying to get some extra coin. Yeah, well, it gets lost. But Saj, you're like kind of picking it up, and you're like 1, 2 voices, 3 voices, and there's one that's kind of sheepishly, a 4th sheepish voice.
Sedge, does that sound like the people from before? I can't really hear them.
Does it?
Different. One of them is definitely Willem, and the other 3 voices are inside the building yelling with him.
We're from noisy ass neighbors.
Does anyone object if I yell out the window at that?
Hell no.
Didn't you just say for us not to get involved with everything around us?
That's just don't pick fights.
Don't pick a fight. I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to yell out the window.
maybe-
Shut up! What's your problem? Do we have to go over there and smack heads again?
Say, start a fight. Okay.
Is that the brothers maybe that just showed
Yeah,
up?
probably.
Yeah.
I think they just live there, right? I mean,
Yeah. So as Rock's voice booms, and you guys have this realization, it's the brothers, isn't it? You just see like one dwarven. Actually, I should give the descriptions. Give me 1 second. You see, so it's interesting enough. As 4 dwarven heads pop out, 2 from a window, 1 from the door, and the other one from another like entry point. There are 4 male dwarves, all of which have relatively like the same stature and frame. Their faces are, kind of wrinkled and older. 2 of them have rather squinty eyes. One of them has like sky blue eyes. Another one's eyes are of like an amber color. The one that is sky blue eyed, he's got a big fuzzy head of hair, and there's like this natural part like down the middle from left to right. On the left hand side, his hair is onyx black. On the right hand side, it's like honey blonde. One of the other brothers in the window, he's got like a wrinkled face, squinty eyes, fuzzy hair that is black and starting to gray. Looks very much like Willem, only not beat the fuck up, and less gray in his hair. There's the other one that kicked the door open and stepped through and is like waving, like kind of sarcastically. He's the one, again, wrinkled face, big fuzzy head of hair, but his hair is golden, just golden, like golden blonde, and he's got the amber colored eyes that are really striking. And he just kind of looks at you and smiles, and then you just, from the same door, you just see the beat up visage of Willem looking at his 4 brothers.
so he kicked down
Sorry.
the next door, not our door, right?
Not next door neighbors.
Right.
It was bar, you guys, them.
Right.
So.
But he's not kicking in our building.
No.
Okay, just making sure.
He kicked out he just kicked their door open and stepped out, sarcastically waving as Rock yells at him. And like Willem is like looking at him, he's like, "These are the shitheads. Thank you again."
I hope you're talking about them and not us.
Yeah, I'm pointing to.
Oh,
and
hey.
then like.
Yeah.
And then like you just kind of hear them like picking up and turning back to each other, and they start arguing in the streets, and it's like, you guys need to be more responsible. I brought you here so you guys can have a living. You don't get into trouble. You work for me. You make some coin. Life is quiet.
Whoa. You're yelling at the guy who tried to fix your shit and got his ass kicked? Is what it sounds like? I got that.
Yeah, life is boring. We need to do something. We want to go to the...
I mean, he was just trying to help, so maybe lay the fuck off of him?
Hey,
what do you know?
We saved his ass.
got an idea. Don't piss them off yet. I'm gonna walk over to Willem.
Nod.
You guys have like both groups have like left y'all's buildings and are just kind of meeting in the space in between.
I'm at Willem. We need a favor.
Yeah. What do you need?
We need to get into the new expansion.
New expansion.
That cave-in thingy.
The cave-in area. I promise
you
I'm
are
not
here.
trying to take over the area. That's not what we're here for. We have something we have to do, but it has nothing to do with taking over the town or the mountain or anything like that.
You just the one with the parted hair just kind of speaks. I was like, you ain't gonna find much shit in there. I mean, everyone's just complaining about.
Cool, then it shouldn't be a problem, right?
Yeah.
Well, and then the one with now that you guys are kind of out there and you see the one that there's two of them. Well, one of them looks a lot like Willem. He just has less graying of the hair. He speaks up and he's just, no. Shit's still happening there. Like right now, we're trying to figure out why people are saying we sabotaged some equipment. Apparently some people got injured. And they're saying we did something about it.
What does that have to do with
Did
us?
you?
No. Why the fuck would we do something like that? We just want to see if we could get any gems.
I'm gonna look at Davis. Good as place as any to start.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
So Willem, can you help us?
Yeah, what'll it take?
Well, I mean, do you want to go work it? I mean, I have them working.
Sure, I'll hold my hands up and do air quotes. We'll work it.
Yeah.
You'll see the one with the golden hair kind of come up to Willem and elbow him. He's like, seriously, you had to rely on these people to say, nah, you're getting soft, bro.
I'm gonna look at him. No one asked you. I'm talking to the boss.
He's just the oldest. And then the one that looks a lot like him is like, by a few minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, young buck, next time pick fight your own battles instead of sending someone else to do it.
We didn't expect him to go talk to those idiots.
You expected them to just, come find you guys and beat you up individually? Is that what you wanted?
No, we expected them to come see all four of us, and then we'd leave them, bloodied and bruised.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? That's pretty optimistic of you, don't you think? You think they're gonna? They like to pick fights that they can win. I don't think they're gonna wait till you guys are all together. Unless you guys just never leave each other, but I'm pretty sure you do.
Troubled tends to stick together.
When he says that, I kind of look around.
He's got a point.
Listen.
Especially at Al.
Damn, we're shitting on Al today.
The one, they kind of, Willem will kind of step forward and just point him out. He's like, so he'll point, the black and the parted hair. He's like, that's Grim. The one with the blonde hair and the amber eyes. That's Smiley. He's the one that was sarcastically waving at you guys. And the one that looks exactly like him, just a little bit less grayed. That's Palmer. These are my brothers. They're good, but they're shitheads. And they look at each other and start arguing for like a brief moment and then stop again.
Yeah, we don't. Whatever.
Listen, look. The arrangement is, I got these three to go. One, they work for me at the guild, but they also go and they work for Scoot to dig out some of the soils. The issue is that now that the cave-in is no longer caved in, some of the rich folks up in the Patera Flats are, well, hiring people to go dig for them. And then these decided to go sign up, and they bumped that crew out of their spot because they didn't show up, and they blamed my brothers.
Gotcha.
And now there's claims that people have gotten injured, and the first real set of claims, or most recent one, was only after these 3 went up there to work.
So they're the most suspicious because they're the newest. That it?
Supposedly, but people tend to forget that people always get injured in the mines.
Yeah, it's dangerous business.
Okay, so Sage is the rich guy, and he wants us to come look at his potential buying a stake in the mine.
I mean,
I
good luck.
like your thinking.
Those guys at the top tend to not want to include anyone new. The shelf is well, the high shelf. I'd like to see you pull it off.
I'm more interested in the dangers that are plaguing your people here. And I guess, were we all thinking of going to the mine?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Of
At least I
course.
was.
Sorry, did I say that out loud when I shouldn't have? I
No,
don't
you're good.
know. Oh. Well, we plan on going there anyway.
Yeah, we just if you have a way of getting us in there, and if we can in some way help your situation, or make somebody else's situation worse that you'd like to have them have a worse time, then that's fine. But whatever is easiest for us to get in there. We don't need to be there for weeks at a time or anything. Just get us in.
Alright, well, we'll get you to. We'll go over to Scoots. Well, he'll agree, I'm sure, to put you on his.
I mean, is he? I guess so. People still listen to him, even though it sounds like he doesn't have a clue.
What do you mean? It's not that he doesn't have a clue. He just looks at it differently than everyone else. He's the one that's been funneling money back into the gem dust, trying to make this place a little less shitty.
And all that money just comes from selling soil.
We live in a farming country, my friend.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm just checking, making sure there's nothing more to it.
I haven't found anything. Oh. Very well. Y'all have breakfast already?
Mm-hmm.
These boys are going to be late for their shift anyway, so let's get going.
While we're walking, Adam, I'm going to ask Willem about the creature I saw last night.
Ah, yeah. Cobalts. They got warrens all throughout. Don't seem to do much harm, but some people think of them as a pest and a nuisance and try to drive them out. They don't bother me. In fact, a few of them like to come by the bar and check out some of the greenery. So,
Okay.
little guy's been here.
It's not a bar.
It's a bar. It once was a bar. It once sold liquor and alcohol, and people came as patrons.
Once sold? What if I wanted to buy some now?
You can go to the cellar and try to find something that ain't.
Oh my god.
I'm going to pull out the cake here. I'll sell you some.
Oh, no, it's okay. I just wanted to bust
Are you
this
really?
guy's chops.
Are you really just? You're carrying the keg with you. You just leave
Why
it.
not?
Yeah.
I'm not going
Alright.
to leave it in the unlocked house.
Oh yeah, here's your key, by the way.
Say
What
no.
do you take us for, esteemed gentlemen?
I mean, with your fancy pants, I'd have thought you were something special, but
His
I guess I'm
pants
not
are
good at
pretty
reading.
dope.
So.
Yeah, but that's Sage. We're his riffraff.
I'm relaxed in all nature, no matter how clothed I am.
I'm the token poor person.
Oh.
You're not poor in company, don't worry.
Yeah, but seriously, y'all are great. It's just, when you start a morning yelling at your brothers. Anywho, we're gonna go talk to Scoot. That way y'all can get in. Hopefully without anyone really trying to check you out or harassing you.
Yeah, at least you can yell at your brothers.
do it a lot.
Every day?
Isn't that what you do with siblings?
I wish I could yell at mine, but yeah, no.
Well, if he's dead, I'm sorry. If he's far away, then just get ready to unload for all the days that you missed him.
One or the other. We'll see about it, though.
Understood. So, he kind of takes you as you guys are walking. I guess dragged. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Sure. Oh, that's not so great. 15.
15. I love how you guys say it's not so great and it's a 15.
No, my die roll, it was a 9.
Still.
That's average.
That's average. It's like I always I understand that now.
I don't like being average.
Yeah,
Well.
you don't
anything
like anything
below 14 is
Yeah, anything. Like, but it's like I get it. Like players as they start leveling up, it's like anything
Yeah,
below
we
20
are
just
like
becomes shit.
Yeah,
You
like
know, it's
third
like-
tier-ish. So yeah.
Yeah.
My
So,
total is 22.
Yeah, Rock's
it's just
Arcade.
miserable.
Our kind of checks like it's only a 29.
That's 29's disappointing.
I don't know all the secrets of the universe. Or should I say Materiaverse. So you do as you're kind of walking, Dragnar, you kind of pick up there are Cobalts throughout the city, and some of them seem to be kind of working, maybe like assisting in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see some that are just, keeping to the alleys, the shadows. Not a whole lot. You probably cross about. Well, I say not a whole lot. You probably cross 3 dozen or so.
I'll make
Throughout.
sure I point them out so everyone knows what they look like.
Yeah. For the general reference, player.
wanted to make the kobold so I know exactly what they look like.
Yeah. These ones tend to be, dressed in some rags and loose fabrics. They tend to be of a darker, stale, almost matching like charcoal colored.
Is it similar to the
simple.
ones we saw in Whitlaw that were getting abused by the shithead whose name I'd have to look up?
Those were lizard folk.
Oh, there's a lizard folk, not kobolds. Okay.
Yeah.
Are they not the same thing?
They are not the same thing.
Close, but no cigar.
Aren't like kobolds basically like to
Racist.
lizard folk like ponies are to horses?
It's like a
No.
difference between dragons and wyverns. It's like subtle, but it's there.
Oh no. It's
Ponies and
it's
horses.
more.
Got it.
Racist.
However
I
you look
mean,
at it. To
Sedge, I
be-
haven't seen a lot of dragons, but I think I could tell one between one of these and a dragon, even a small one.
Yeah.
So yeah, they seem to be shy and keeping to themselves. Some, as you're walking through Dragnar, you see some people like shoo them away, while other people seem to be working with them. But they're not doing any like difficult tasks. Maybe they're like helping hold a bag while someone's nailing a board to a building.
Like day
yeah.
labor stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you guys eventually get to passing through a square, and there is another building. This one is different. It is unkept. It is nice, especially for the area. You have not crossed. You have not crossed the threshold from the interior gem gates into the Terra steps. This is still in the gem dust. But it is a new brick building, new roof, large, probably 3, 4, 5, 6 times, more than like 6 times the size of the average building that you're seeing here. Likely 2-storied. You see some exhaust vents on either side. There's an open plots around it, and there are just mounds of dirt and soil throughout it. And you just see a numerous number of people working. You see some kobolds, you see dwarves, halflings, genocides of various types, Goliaths, humans, half-elves, elves, You even see some Marians, so aka Warforged. You see some Marion working, and just the whole collection, and they're just going through their days. And as you enter, there is this general slight cloud of dust that's just being kicked up from everybody working. But you enter the building. Uh, Willem tells you guys, just wait here. Keep an eye on my brothers, please. And, kind of a swollen face, he walks up to someone and you kind of hear them say, oh shit, what happened to you? And he's got in a fight with the brothers. Don't worry, everything's fine. Can we see Scoot? And, they say, let me go see. There's this little communication, and then the individual walks off. And there is actually a set of stairs, metal actually, working the way up to the second. And the person disappears into a room, comes out, and yeah, then he's able to you head up, and then they are brought up into an office space. Willem, Grim, Palmer, and Smiley are with you guys as well. And as you walk in, you see before you a Marian individual. The alloy that makes up the exterior of him is heavily brown, Damascus style gold in color. So you see like ripples and waves kind of color going through it. His joints and where there would be like, kind of imagine like muscle definition on something made of flesh and bone, seems to be made of black braided cables. His head is smooth. There is no nose, but there's like a grated area that seems to be like an exhaust vent for him to be able to breathe. His eyes are perfect spheres, or perfectly round, I should say. Uh, Blue tinted glass that seem to be always backlit just a little bit. Looking through him, you see that there is polish, and looking about him, I should say, he's polished, but you do see that there are some cracks and chinks throughout his exterior. Wearing fairly simple clothing. Um, a buttoned kind of cotton shirt, some sort of, khaki slacks, uh, a belt that has a singular gem in the center of it. And he looks up. He's like, "Hi, Willem. You got more? Are these all from the agronomist guild? Is there something wrong with the soil? You might to be concerned."
No.
He's like, you see, as he's like looking, he pans he pans his head, scans you, pans his head, like looks up and down at all of you, just trying to like getting a mental picture of all of you.
So
Well, if it's
out of character,
please,
would any of us have ever seen a Marion?
those of you who have passed through Carver, yes,
Okay.
there's a decent population of them, and
Okay.
they are of all various. Like they can be made of different metal alloys. They can be made of ceramics and clay. Like just kind of expanding it. So think classic Warforged, but also think that they could be made of
Yeah.
various other materials. So yeah, I would say for sure, Dregnar, Al, and Davis. You've seen Marians. You've interacted with Marians. Or they're still
Okay.
not that common, but they're there.
And did it? I was gonna. Well, never mind. Go ahead.
He's so is
Who are
there?
you, my esteemed fellow? My name is Sej.
It's like said, um, nice to meet you. I am Scoot of the Dusty Pick. Um, I are you under the employ of Willem?
When he greets me, I'm gonna do like the bow for my homeland to see if he picks up on where I'm from instinctively, as if he'd been there before.
Okay. He looks you over and interesting greeting. Is this how you... And he kind of tries to perform it as well.
Close.
Close but no cigar. Are cats catting? Oh, no, never.
Yeah, Pun Pun just ran right in front of me and almost fell over him. So, yeah, death by Pun Pun. So, yeah, he kind of looks over and he says, well, if there is no issue with the product, may I ask why you brought so many into my office, Willem?
Yeah, tell him, Willem.
I don't... They need to... They're gonna... Well, let me put it this way. They're on trial. I need to take them to the mines, show them what's going on. They're interested in the news section. We have suspicions that perhaps since it's been closed off, that the material and the soil there might be of a different grade or quality. Perhaps something that once the eager folk have abandoned that vein, it would be good for your future prospects and the future of this city. You see, Scoot kind of tilt his head, think. Yes, but it will take time for the eager ones to leave. Right now, we should focus on what we have at hand. Yes, and I understand that your brothers, and he looks over to them, have been venturing into the uncovered portion. Are the rumors true? Are they causing trouble?
It seems like they cause trouble always, but that's not for me to say.
Your assessment is correct, but Willem is here for them, and he vouches, and I trust Willem. So, you have come to me to do what again? You wish to enter the new section?
If that's possible, sure.
I do not hold dominion over the new section.
Does anyone?
Those of the shelf are attempting to do so, but so far their plans have not stuck.
So is there any way we could get in there? I mean, look, we just want to take a look, see if there's anything in it for you guys. And if there's any problems, you can just say you have no idea who the hell we are. But if we find something and it's, beneficial for you, we'll let you know. Just if you could help grease whatever wheels might need to be greased to get in there, smooth things over with whoever might give us a little bit of friction. That would be very appreciated.
Documentation. Very well. I shall have something written up for you, and you may enter. If anyone gives you troubles, just say you are under the employment of the Dusty Pick.
Much appreciated, sir.
Then you see he just quickly, gets some parchment, scrawls out something, rolls it up, hands it to Willem.
I like to think that he makes it sound like a dot matrix printer when he's writing.
Sure.
Wait.
As you watch, those of you who are keen and watching him write, he literally writes all over the page and just like slowly starts filling out the entire message. It's not like in a line. It's just,
Ooh.
and then it starts to build out the words.
That freaks me out.
As it should.
As it should. And Scoot says, well, pleasure meeting all of you. I apologize for not getting your names, but if you are to stay here and work under Willem, I'm sure I will get to know all of you.
I'm Davis.
Nice to meet you, Davis.
I'm Rock.
And as you say, each time you say your name, you see that his the mechanisms behind his this disc-shaped eyes, they kind of close, kind of shrinking it, and then they open back up, and you see he's almost like
Narrowing his eyes, as it were.
Yeah, and in a way, like in a modern way, it's almost like as if he's taking a picture of you. There's no flash, but you kind of just imagine like a shutter.
Interesting.
And then as you say you're Rock, he's like, "Greetings, Rock."
That's
Oh,
Karos, this is Al, that's Dregnar, and you already met Sedge. There you go.
he does it really quick. You know, you're kind of doing that.
Thank you, sir.
My pleasure. Please be good employees of the Dusty Pick. And you can see he like grins when he says that because he knows you're not employees.
Right.
So, as you guys kind of step out, the three brothers kind of collectively release a sigh. And then Willem goes, "Well, that was easier." He was
Yeah, he's really nice.
okay. He's a wonderful man.
Yeah, I don't know why you said those mean things about him.
I didn't say mean things.
You said
about,
it looks like he got hit over the head a bunch.
I mean, you saw the cracks, right?
Oh, well. Yeah, I don't
I
know.
look at Willem like, you have me room to talk?
True.
Currently, no. No, what I mean by that is he sees things different. He's the first person that would have considered taking what is basically waste from the mines and turning it into something profitable.
Hey, he's pretty smart then.
That's what I meant. He sees it differently. I mean, he's been here long enough to see the city in its heyday and now in its, well, in the slumps.
Yeah, I get it now. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, as you guys are heading out the building, you do see a number of individuals have been continuously working. There seems to be just individuals bringing in satchels off of carts that are just filled with fine dust and dirt from the mountain. Then they get sorted, processed. You don't see the whole process, the whole processing action taking place, but you see kind of the beginnings of it. A couple, glances and looks over, people looking over at you guys. You guys are unfamiliar faces, dressed very differently to what a regular work folk would be, flanked by, Willem, or actually, you guys are flanking Willem and his brothers. But you see the three brothers say, "Ah, shit, we gotta run," and they just start bolting to the mountain. "We're late," and then Willem just, all right. So those three are gonna go to work. I guess we're gonna get to work ourselves.
Yeah, lead the way.
So, the walk to the gem arch, the interior gem arch, is not that far, as this building is fairly close to the interior arch and the gemmed wall. Once you start approaching there, you do see that there are, air quotes, guards posted. They're people that have weapons on their side, nicely adorned in some more, in some expensive equipment, but they don't necessarily match. They seem on closer, like from a distance, you see some of them have like pendants on, of which you do not recognize at all. They seem to be like almost like gatekeepers here. As Willem and you approach, one of them kind of puts up their hand, and Willem stops, and he's like, "What do you need, bucko?" It's like, new muscle, new hands? Did you
Yeah,
need that much help?
we're Scoot's new guys. We're gonna check out the what did you call it, Willem? The new
Dusty pickaxe? I
No,
don't
yeah,
know.
we're the dusty. I'm saying the part of the where we're going. It's
We're going to the uncovered portion to
Yeah.
see the potential for Scoot. So like, all right, suit yourselves. Just, it's a lot. Okay, you can pass. And you guys walk, and you see like they're extremely informal. They're not trained in any way. If anyone is proficient, you can give me an insight check as you guys are walking by.
While they're doing that, Adam, does the entrance look like the entrance I've seen in the shadows?
No, you are entering. You're not entering the mountain yet. You are just entering into the rich portion of town.
Oh, okay. I thought we were at the entrance of the mountain.
Yeah. You'll see that you see that there are people that have like kind of walking with you guys, and all of them were coming from Scoot's establishment. Other people that you were walking with, they don't cross this threshold. They just seem to like go to a different. They kind of disperse like water on a wall. They don't go through. Says Al, Davis, you pick up on that these guys are just people, likely sellswords or something equivalent to that have been hired by the rich families that are just kind of gatekeeping the section. Oh, thank you. So, but as you guys travel through, you get to what's called the Patera steps, or Patera shelf, and it is night and day. This is the rich place. This is, clean-cut building, polished stone, elegant entryways, maintained streets, hedged gardens, and such.
It reminds me of home.
I look at all the extravagance and go, pfft.
Yeah.
Well, seems nice.
Not much for the quilted life, I guess.
The what?
The quilted life. Coddled, I guess.
You know, a quilt. It's like a blanket, but super fancy.
I know what a quilt is. I
Yeah.
just never heard it referred to like that.
I look at Sej and then look at myself and go, no.
Same.
It's fair.
So, as you guys are walking through,
But Sej, you're all right though.
Hey. Yes, thank you.
as you guys are walking through, you guys are not accosted by anyone. You're just able to walk through, and eventually you get to the other side, and there is a small exit gate that leads on a paved path that heads up the mountainside up to, well, as you would imagine, the entries. Willem will point it out. Is it? All right. Entries are but, I don't know, 5 minutes or so away. And as you guys are kind of stepping out and seeing, like, some of the individuals that did not pass into the Patera, they seemingly like walked around and went to another way, and you see some dirt trails kind of that have been made as people just, countless people have walked back and forth, causing natural trails just to lead up and kind of connect back to this road that leads up the side of the mountain to the entries. And the entries are there, and you see that there's like two broken exterior columns, or maybe they were statues at some point, long eroded. Who knows what was maybe there originally. And then as you step forward, there's about 100 foot or so wide entry place that is flat and of stone quality floor that leads up to the entryway. And of the entryway, it is about a 50-foot or so hole made into the side of the mountain that has stone columns rising and almost supporting it, giving it some sort of architectural feel as well. All manner of different types of people that you see are walking in and out. Not a constant flow, but probably about 5 people or so are leaving by the time you guys enter with a group of about 7 other individuals. You do see, as you guys are starting to enter in, that it does begin to fall to darkness, and there are lanterns strung up and hooked up amongst the wooden framework in here that's used to either support or have places to actually hook things on. You see that there are just makeshift trails and paths leading you, and eventually you will run into some rail carts, and all that. But traveling through with Scoot, you see that the people
Wait,
that you
Scoot?
guys were.
Scoot, you mean
Sorry,
with
not
Willem?
Scoot. Sorry,
Oh, okay.
Willem. Yes, sorry, with
I was gonna
Willem.
say, whoa, what an honor! Scoot's with us.
Yeah. Sorry. With Willem, you see that the people that you guys were walking, a number of the people that were entering with you, they part to one direction, and they were the people that are kind of addressed like as Scoot. They were the ones that walked through the Patera flats with you, or like before you or behind you, and the ones that kind of wove the way through, they're turning to another direction, and you guys at the fork start to turn towards that direction. And Willem will express, oh, go into the uncovered, I suppose.
Adam,
Yes.
entryway.
Yeah. No,
it
not
look-
like what you've seen. No.
Not like what I've seen. Okay, I'll make sure that Davis knows that.
Yeah,
And
well,
then
we got no choice.
I'm gonna call back to the map and the stars, and I want to see if it lines up with the way that we're going.
Okay, you can give me an invest. It would honestly be investigation in this
Okay.
case.
To remember the layout.
Well, he's got the. I think he's. Are you looking at the tablet itself? Wait, I missed that. James is.
Hold on. I don't know if I would take the tablet out right now.
Yeah, and I actually have it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just lined it up with the stars, but I remember, if I remember correctly, one of the visions while I was walking down the tunnel. So I'm just trying to see if there's a relationship, like am I turning left when I turn left, turning right when I turn right, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it would be. Yeah, you know what? It would be more nature right now. Give me a nature check.
Can I use? Let me see here. Let me read it real quick.
And I'll ask what's everyone else kind of doing after. Just think about it so you can tell me after.
Can I use my stone cutting because intelligence history?
Okay, yeah. I mean, it is worked. Yeah, I'll allow it.
Because I get double my proficiency bonus.
Yep.
Ooh, that's not bad at all. So that'd be a 21.
21, and you're trying to map it to the path that you saw?
Yes, I'm just trying to see if I took 20 steps and turned left or whatever it would be, just to see if it kind of flows.
It does not.
Okay, and I'll make sure that Davis and the party know that, okay, this is not what I saw. So I don't think we're going in the same entrance of what I saw or what the stars show.
So is it just us and Willem right now? In the vicinity?
I would say in the immediate, yeah. There's a few worse for wear looking individuals that kind of push their way in front of y'all that are eager to get to the uncovered portion.
Upon hearing that, I'll say, well, I mean, what option do we have? Should we abandon this tunnel and go to the something else, or if we headed somewhere, would you know if we were going the right way, Dragnar? Because it seems like we're going the wrong way.
I might be able to. I'd say let's keep going. I didn't really have high hopes to find exactly what we were looking for on the first day, but at least we can eliminate some things.
Fair enough.
And just kind of keep our ears out to see what anybody else is talking about. Maybe something that's similar to the other entrance.
True.
Okay. So as you guys are kind of progressing a little bit further, a little bit down the way, you hear a little bit of commotion. You hear someone yelling in pain, like "Wow!" And you then hear another voice kind of echoing through, "You little fucks!" And then in another language you hear, "In your car," and you see a few little, you see like a group of three individuals running down towards y'all, and they're chasing like two or three little kobolds, three kobolds, and they're just scattering through. And you see some of them, the kobolds are able to like find little crevices and like actually work their way through and get through out of the actual like main tunnel and kind of disappear. And you see like the guys looking for, and they see you approaching. It's like, do you see three little fucking lizards? Where'd the kobolds go? And they,
I don't think I like your tone.
it's a fuck you, and just keeps running by you guys as they're just looking for him. And you see, you just hear
I
someone
hope they
else.
lose you forever.
And you see someone, you still hear someone like, apparently someone's injured up ahead.
Everyone's so freaking rude here. Jeez.
So the injured voice is like ahead in the tunnel.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
And they have, as you kind of walk up, there's a blonde-haired human clutching his hand. It's bleeding pretty badly, and there's another, there's a Goliath, like looming over him and kind of checking in on him as like, let's get you to the tents. We need to go see what they did to you.
Wait, who did something? Somebody did something? Hi, sorry.
Bart
Actually,
was
here I
digging.
can help with that if you want, and I'll take my pack off and be like, here, I can dress that if you want. But I'm curious, like, what happened? And if you want me, I'll expend a healer's kit charge if you want to dress his wound.
Oh, sure. Give me a persuasion check first, because he's like
sure.
looking over. He's like, you don't look like a medicine man.
16 total.
He's saying, he's like, ugh.
No, yeah,
Sure.
I've
thank
worked
you.
areas like this, and I've seen some nasty stuff. This isn't too bad. You'll be
Um,
fine. Just dress it, let it get some pressure on it, staunch the bleeding. It looks like it'll be fine.
Yeah. He'll
What
just,
happened?
Yeah, what happened?
Bert will. I was digging. I was done from. I was digging in one of the little veins here on the outside of the breach, or the opening, and
Right.
then I looked away, was talking, and then I felt some sharp pain in my hand. Looked down, saw the little dark scales just scattering, running away.
So you think they like bit you, scratched you? What?
I don't. Yeah, I mean,
Actually,
you
if
see
I
it,
look,
and you're like,
yeah, if I look, does it look like a bite
give me
or
a
scratch
medicine.
wound?
Give me a medicine check.
Not too good at this. 10 total.
Then it looks like some sort of bite. I mean, maybe. Yeah, there's like a couple puncture holes in his hand.
Huh. And then they just ran off?
Yeah. No, I felt a sharp pain, and I kind of, I don't know, I think I swung or something. I don't know. And they just ran.
I mean, did you hit it on accident?
Do those
three
little
holes.
guys work the tunnels with you guys? Is that what are they doing down here? Are they working with you guys?
Yeah, they're here to hold our stuff.
Oh, so they're just like caddies essentially.
Yeah, but then I guess they decided they wanted to take what we found or something. I don't know.
So did they take something with him? Like, are you missing something? Like some of your...
They had our bag.
So tools? Or are we talking about stuff you mined, or what?
Tools and some stones we were going to split to see if we found anything. Thanks for wrapping up the hand.
Yeah, how's it feeling?
It hurts like hell.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt. That's not gonna change. But as long as it doesn't feel like it's, should stop throbbing in a second. Once the pressure kicks. Anyway, so have you been working with these guys for long, or are these new guys? Like what?
We picked them up. The Cobalts? We picked them up a few days ago. They've been working for us for, I don't know, 3 or 4 days.
Are you with a company of any sort?
No,
Just an individual, just
not,
or
we're from the flats, man. We're just
ah.
trying to find something. And then his friend, the Goliath, says, "All right, thank you for patching him up, but we really need to get him to the tents."
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, Karen, thank you for the information, I guess.
We'll keep an eye out
Yes.
for him.
You be careful with your hands.
Thanks. Willem was like, "Well, that's new. I mean,
How legit do you
those are
think that was, Willem? Does that sound?
well, some people really don't like the little guys. Like I said,
I imagine they're not treated very well.
Yeah, I get that feeling.
I mean, treat anybody poorly long enough, you get what you get.
Is that right, Willem?
it's got some semblance of truth. Yeah. Yes. You're welcome. So, yeah. Let's continue, I suppose.
Yeah.
So heading back down, um,
Willem, I have a
it takes,
question for you.
yeah,
Why haven't you asked why we want to get in here?
not my business. I just figure you're gonna go for some coin. I don't care. You helped me from being a pile of meat, so
That's fair. I guess we did more or less save your life. Although I don't know if they'd have killed you. I don't think they're the type. But who do I
And you
don't
know
know.
what? We're not telling you. So let's go.
better for me, I guess. I don't have to worry about you guys hooking up and then it coming back to me. So,
I didn't mean
great.
that to be mean. I just stated matters of fact. Sorry.
No, you're good. So, um, yeah. So you guys are able to progress further. You get to an area that is the uncovered portion. You see that where you guys have been walking along, there's been the wooden, reinforcements. There's been the cart trails, the railings for the carts, and it does branch into other areas as well. But you're following this one specific one, and where you see where there's a signs of rubble being removed, and you see that the cart, the rails are just been smashed and bent, and there's actually like a drop down into this other area. And there's really not any of that wooden reinforcement, so you see a bunch of oil lanterns and just kind of dotting the area, different groups just kind of working the stone, trying to mine, trying to find something. Um, and then as you kind of work your way a little bit deeper in, you do see that there's different. Actually, let's do this. I need people to make a perception checks as you guys are walking and see what you guys pick up on. 18 for Sej, 13 for Al,
24.
24 for Rock, 27 for Dregnar, 10 for Karos. So, sorry, 25. Okay, 25 and 24. It's working your way up. Karos, Al, and Davis. You see just people working at it. They're working at the stones. Various different tools in hand. Some have different like small carts, have little satchels. Some of them have little cobalt helpers. Other ones are just working as teams. There's even some individuals going at it. So all of you see this. Um, then going further up the pecking order, there's really not that much of a jump. Oh, 7 to 18. Kara, Sej, you notice that, amongst them that there's a littering of, um, how do I want to put it? Like, there's bags and carts and trays, not crates and carts and stuff, throughout the little nooks and crannies. up against the walls. And there's not really any glistening of any gems or valuable minerals that you're at least easily spotted. Dragnar and Rock, as you guys are kind of listening through, you hear people just kind of discussing amongst themselves, chipping away. We gotta keep at it. We're gonna find it. There's got to be something down here. I'm tired of living in the flats. I just want to get some money, get out of here, make a life for myself. Kind of discussions amongst the people. And you guys are noticing that there are. It's very, how do I put it? It's not organized down here. The two of you notice it's not organized down here. There's just abandoned tools and like pickaxes, oil lanterns that aren't being used, hammers, chisels, even like crowbars, hopefully to pry things open. There's tipped over carts. There's crates that are, just have things piling up on them. Kind of a desperate scene, and one that's like, even if this has only been available for a few weeks, there's a lot of stuff just piling up down here. It's kind of odd. But Willem will say, well, this is the uncovered portion. It goes quite a ways. Like if we walk down here long enough, I'm sure we'll run into my brothers. Probably just set up by now.
What exactly are you pulling out of here? It seems like just chaos down here.
Yeah, people are trying to strike it rich.
Has anybody actually struck it rich?
A few gems have been shown up, but it seems like more people get injured down here than anything.
Adam, the tools and lanterns and stuff, are they broken or in good condition?
Hey, are you going over to one?
Yeah, I'll go over to several of them.
Yeah,
because
go
I
ahead.
remember that there was talk of sabotage. So
yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
While he's doing that, I'll ask Willem, like, injuries like bites, like we saw with that guy, or like from
Legion, yeah. As far as I know, like people getting legions, and scrapes and scratches, nothing.
But like normal mining stuff, not bite attacks.
As far as I've heard, I mean, we could always go to the tents and talk to Kagita, the healer. He might be able to tell you more.
Yeah, maybe
Why
we
would
stop
you?
by on the way out.
Yeah.
I think we should talk to her at least. She sounds like somebody I would like to talk to anyway.
Okay.
So how does everything get divvied up down here? If you said that some of the wealthy folk own their claims, but it doesn't really seem like. I feel like as long as you could get past the guards up front, you could go do whatever you wanted, provided you didn't.
So as you're saying
somebody else's way.
As you're saying that, and you guys are kind of walking around a bend, you do see now, and Willem kind of pointed out that there are a few groups that are working, and there's a few individuals that kind of match those informal sellsword kind of guard individuals that are like standing guard as these individuals are working. And like the front is like chaos, and then the further, a little bit deeper that you get in, it seems to just be like there are actual people that are enforcing and like enforcing like their claim on certain areas. And as you guys kind of approach and they see you, you can see like some of them like kind of, they don't brandish their weapons, but they just kind of turn to make sure that you see that they're armed and they're watching over people working, kind of motioning for you guys to keep on moving.
Are the guards all like uniformed and similar, or do they like they're
it's
different
kind of,
per?
they're in nicer clothing, but they have some semblances of nicer armor, so people are definitely paying money to equip these people, but they're not like when you look at like the verdant cause and you see that they're all within the greens and the golds with the chainmails and the leather strapped armor. It's sort of matching, but not entirely matching.
Also, does it feel like we've been going down most of the time? Like we're going further and further?
A little bit down. Not necessarily down, but
okay.
You're kind of, working your way through. And as you guys do pass up one section, you do see like an old body that's just been left there. You know, that's basically bones, and some of even their clothing is basically just gone at this point. Likely someone that died in the cave-in a long time ago.
Guys don't even bury your dead down here? Like, I don't like this place.
To be fair, they're already underground, Rock.
Well, okay. That's fair. I think they still like to be covered, not just as part of the
I don't
bones,
think
not
they mind
like
at all.
that. I know.
Burial is a luxury that not everybody in the world gets. Sad.
Yeah. Hey, we have a. Can I have a 10-minute like rest down here before we continue on?
Do you need to do one of your things or what?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Just
just want to see if there's anything magical
yeah,
down here.
yeah. Just watch out for the guys with the weapons.
Yeah, just gonna sit down and
Not that I have to tell you to watch out for anybody. You're
I'm
good.
gonna look for the nearest person and just wave for hi, and
As
then
you
I'm gonna
wave,
start ritual for detect magic.
yeah, as you wave, uh, um, let's see, what's a fun race? A Kenku will kind of look at you, wave, hi, and just get back to digging.
Miss Marv.
I miss Mark too. Love you, Nico.
What'd I get on my roll item?
Sorry, for what?
Looking at the items to see if they were broken
Oh
or
yeah,
good.
investigation. What was the total?
19.
19. Thank you. I lost it amongst the 25. Sorry. They seem to be in fairly good state. Mm, uh, you know, you look at one of the lanterns. It seems heavy. You put it down. It doesn't like the handle isn't like broken or bent off. Uh, some of the pickaxes seem to be in fairly good condition. Uh, hammers and chisels. There's just a whole smattering of different tools and crates, and
Okay,
there's like
so
one cart that's tipped over, but that's
I'm going to pick up a pickaxe and one of the lanterns and just carry it with us.
okay.
And when we get up to where Rock's doing his little 10-minute thing, I'm going to do a 10-minute thing as well.
Sure. So you guys kind of, with Willem, kind of walk a little bit further out of sight from this one group that's being, guarded. And you take some time. There are, like I said, they have kind of haphazardly strung up some lanterns and all that to give some illumination in here, and you guys are stopping. So I guess I'll go down the list, and I'll start with Rock, and then Dregnar to know what they're doing, and then all of you can tell me what you guys are doing while you guys are sitting around for about 10 minutes or so. So, yeah, Rock, what were you doing?
Me?
Yeah, you said you were doing something for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm casting a ritual for detect.
Detect magic. Got it. Okay. Dregnar, what are you doing?
Speak with animals.
Okay. Yeah, Davis, what are you doing?
While they're doing that, so we're not in direct view of anybody right now, right? We're just kind of off
No,
to the side.
you're kind of in between two groups working, but off to the side.
I may slightly interrupt Dregnar and be like, "Hey, your flask. You've got some booze in your flask, right?"
While I'm doing my spell and all that, I'll kind of reach in and pull the flask out.
Yeah, I imagine like wordlessly, just hand it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just take it and walk. If there's anybody who comes within like 20 feet of kind of where we're all hanging out, like especially if it's actually, I'll say if there's any of the like guard guys comes within 20 feet, I'll walk over and just like offer him a nip of the flask and be like, "Hey, these guys, right? Like, just to keep their mind on their work, I wish, right? You know, that kind of thing."
Okay.
Kind of relate to them as if I'm sort of that for this group.
Are you like going to try to approach them? Are you gonna try
No,
to
it's more of like I'm
do?
hanging out as if I'm watching mine, and then if somebody else sort of gets
Gotcha.
near enough, I'll be like, hey man, it's Mondays,
Gotcha. All right, I'll remember that. Allegretto, what are you doing?
Nothing strong in mind. I suppose I'd be looking out for any other people of interest, specifically guessing the rich folk don't hang out down here. Anybody interested? Anybody stand out besides the guards?
Um, it's really you see like two groups. You have the guards that are protecting or the area, and then you have those poor desperate individuals that are trying to strike it rich, essentially. It looks like a lot of the people that are doing the digging that are being protected by the guards are also the poor desperate individuals that if you want to give me an intelligence check, but I will let you use your jack of all trades for it.
Cool. That's plus half proficiency on top of. Okay.
Yes, +2 on top of whatever.
3 total. Okay. 10 total.
10 total. Yeah, it's hard to read the situation. It just looks like, these people likely were recruited to dig for someone and probably have like a promise of something that they dig up gets to be theirs. It's hard to tell.
Okay. Then
Anything else?
the only other thing I'd keep an eye out for is almost Al distracting himself is I wonder if a cobalt could fit in there. I bet a cobalt could fit in that crack. Look at that one. Huh? Wonder if they
Yeah,
just live in the
gotcha.
walls.
Yeah, you will see kind of like in the small area, there does seem to be some places where something smaller could probably struggle but could squeeze through. Um, yeah. So, Carlos, what are you up to, my friend?
Say that again.
What are you up to? Well, during this like 10-minute downtime.
Oh. Probably try to get a look. Not get too close, but like slide the goggles down and look and see if there's kind of between. I kind of like hover between the two areas where the guarded area and the not so guarded area, and just to try to see what are people actually coming away with? Like the chaotic people, is anybody finding anything? Or are they just like, well, let's scoop some more dirt in a barrel? And then the ones that are guarded, like, is anybody successful? Like, is this
Yeah.
literally just all hearsay, or are people making some actual headway and like making a living?
Understood. Go ahead and could you give me an investigation check?
Sure.
I feel that's appropriate for what you're doing.
And
11.
red dice are low tonight.
Yeah, they're not being very kind. The 10 minutes is not enough time for you to really see, the difference in what everyone's making. If you're down here maybe longer, you'd be able to pick up on the details. But right now, it just seems like people are just digging and hoping to strike it rich.
Okay.
I will say one thing that you do notice is it's not just like chaos, like the front is chaos. But then as you kind of step forward, there's a protected group, but then there's another group that doesn't seem to be protected. And then there's another protected group. Like it's the further back you get does not mean that it's all sectioned off and protected by people that are working for the Patera shelf, the high shelf people. It just seems like they stake claim back here more often than not. Okay. Sej, anything from you, sir?
I'm gonna look around to like the people that are working directly around me while he's waiting, and I'm gonna offer my services to mending any of their tools. Anybody that's looking like they work hard, I'm gonna offer my free service of mending their tools.
I like that. Yeah, you'll see that there's a a female gnome that's working. Her. She's part of the group that's not being guarded. It's her. It looks like another. I'd say 2 female gnomes and a bugbear lady, and they're kind of working at it, going at it. And you see that one of the gnomes is kind of chipping away. That you could tell that her tools are slowing her down. Either like the head of the mallet is a little, or the head of the hammer is on loose. The pickaxe is not that sharp, and you kind of strike up conversation with them, and then just kind of work your magic over the course of a few minutes, and hand it back to her, and you see that she's like, "Wow, oh, it's like new. Thank you." Eager. And
Hey, my pleasure.
like, it's a good trick you have. You want to join our crew?
Nope.
You want to try to strike it rich?
Oh, thank you for the offer, but I think I struck it rich with friends. If
Right.
I don't know
Okay.
how to put it that way, but okay, bye.
Hey, good for you. Hey, good for you. But friends don't put food on the table. Just fizzling away.
Ours literally do.
And
Though.
you just hear like,
Yes,
sister,
I do.
tell him. But yeah, so okay, 10 minutes pass. Boom. Rock, your eyes kind of, Actually, I forgot to ask, what's your third eye set to?
Oh,
That's something we have to
I
get used to
forgot.
doing.
Level
Oh,
11.
yeah. I got to die now. I got to die now. Don't remember what it does.
It's like dark vision, see into the ethereal, limited.
Yeah, or invisible creatures and objects. And since we've so experienced with the ethereal, I think I would permanently have that on because I've been traumatized.
Look for
Okay, so
spiders and
not
rats.
dark
Yes.
vision. Got it.
Everywhere,
Okay.
man.
Uh,
I don't need dark vision. I got light. I got
okay, I understand. Nothing pinging from the ethereal. You don't really see much, other than the classic. How do I put it? Just you see the echoing, world on the other side, the other realm.
Okay.
So yeah, you ping. There's not, besides you guys, there's not a whole lot of magic kind of going off. You see that maybe like a few of the guards, they might have like a slight magical thrum to some of the equipment they have, be it an amulet, be it a blade, be it a piece of armor. Not a whole lot of magic down here.
Nothing. Okay. And then this goes deeper and longer and further, or
Yeah,
are we
you guys
kind of?
can continue. You guys are.
I
You don't know how
since
much
I only
further.
got 10 minutes with it, I'm gonna be like, hey guys, we gotta move now, and I'm gonna like with light on my staff to make sure I can start like sprinting down because I just want to see as much area covered as I can.
I will say it's difficult to sprint because there is like, people working and everything, but as a group you're able hopefully to convince them to move and work with you. But real quick, Dregnar, what were you doing?
I was casting Speak with Animals. I was going
What
to
animal?
talk. Cheesy.
Oh, you brought Cheesy down here?
Hell yeah, I brought Cheesy down.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
He's my new bestest friend. So I'm just gonna, while we're following Rock, I'm just gonna be asking questions about has he seen anything unusual? Cobalts. Has he come in the mountain before? Just trying to get general topical information that he may have because he's a rat in this area.
Like, I don't come. This is my first time in the mountain, and I don't like it. I want to go back to my alleys, and can I go back to my crate, please? I want to go.
Well, how about I bring you back when we get done here because I don't want to let you go and one of the Cobalts get you.
Well, that's fair.
I
Yeah, I don't like it.
Okay. Do you know where the Cobalts live?
They live all throughout the mountain and all throughout the city. They just kind of live everywhere.
Okay. So they live in the mountain.
They come from the mountain. Yeah.
Okay. So I will put Cheesy in my backpack.
He's like, hey, oh, okay. I guess. You know what? It's kind of cozy. Okay.
You don't
Don't
got a
mind me.
choice, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So while we're quickly moving, I'll be like, "Hey, Davis, I got some information
From what?
from Cheesy, the
Who's
rat.
cheesy?
My rat. Yes, I have
You're
a
a
rat.
rat?
Yes.
You just hear. You just
Then I
hear
go.
some squeaking from his
Then I
back.
go, "Hey, Cheesy, stick your head out."
He pops his head out. Puts his head
Is
back
he
down.
clean?
Is he clean or claimed? What'd you say?
Clean.
Compared to you, yeah, broccoli head.
Hey,
Okay,
the
we don't
broccoli is all but faded at this point.
Yeah, that's still, it's a comb away.
I know. Unlike Davis and his orange hair that's coming more and more through.
Yes, he's.
Yeah.
As I look at us and knowing that Al hasn't cast prestidigitation, as clean as us.
look down at my. I look down at myself, and all my black clothes are brown with dirt. I'm like,
Mm,
ah.
So, anywho, Cheesy told me that the Cobalts also live in the mountain, so they may know something that the other people don't. Yeah, but also I'm kind of wondering if they're the one doing the sabotaging.
Very well could be.
Because they said they didn't see who did it, and you look around and how many cracks do you see? There easily can go in and out. Exactly. So just keep that on the back burner. What? It's you guys gotta. Yeah, but Cheesy likes cheese. That's true, but I'm not calling him rotting bread.
Dragnar, as you say, he likes cheese. You hear like in your bag, just like
Fine, eat. I don't care. Eat whatever you want.
he's going to town on one of your rations.
That's fine.
Uh, but yeah, as you guys are kind of having this discussion, you see that Rock is like walking with a pace, using his cane as like a power walking stick, looking through. You pass like easily another dozen groups working. And
Are we
Al,
really like not getting kind of looks? I will
yeah,
say,
I mean, you
yeah.
guys are getting looks, but you guys are also potentially just people here going to a spot, right?
But
Like,
I will say, like we've got a guy with a loot. We've got some kind of weird shit,
hey,
which is fine.
travelers trying to make it.
Okay.
Like I get what you're saying. And yes, I'm taking that into account.
Okay.
It looks like it really looks like I would say like the image that I think people are seeing is there's two protectors, some sort of musician that's seeming like wants to make it, like a rich guy that's funding the thing, and then you're being escorted by someone from the town. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough.
It's odd, but it's not out of place. But Rock, yeah, you're panning and scanning. There's not a lot of magic going on. Like you see every time you run into one of the groups that has, some of the rich people's cell swords, there might be like a magic item or two on them, but that's about it. And as you travel for like another 6 or so minutes, you hear a voice similar to one that you've heard earlier this morning kind of call out in pain. It's like, oh, fuck! Ah! Damn! Mm. And Willem hears it and recognizes the voice and just starts booking it in front of you guys.
I shall run with him.
Yeah.
Keep the pace.
Yeah, keeping the base.
Yep.
You run into his brothers working, and Grim, the one with the parted hair, is clutching like his entire arm. Damn. Ah. It's just blood is just pouring down. Tools are thrown to the side and everything.
Davis, you're better at bandaging people. And I'll make you feel a little better, and I'll just give him a.
Out of character? I bet I'm not. I'm not very good at medicine.
None of you are really. But yeah,
But yeah, I'll step up. Yeah, I'll step
Yeah, I
up. I'll
thought
be
you
like,
bandaged the other guy,
let me
so-
take a look.
I was gonna slap Davis on the back, give him bardic inspiration, and say, yeah, my man here,
Nice.
he's the best at it.
Nice.
Get all
Yeah,
kinds
so-
of little handiwork.
So
Check this
first,
out.
I'll inspect. Does it look similar? Is it another bite?
Another medicine check.
Okay.
But yeah, he's like clutching it. And he's like,
Ooh.
I don't know what happened.
Dirty 20.
20. Yeah, he's like, and then you see like Willem, his brothers are kind of going over. He's like, what happened? He's like, I don't know. I was just.
Let me see. What do we got here?
Like it. His arm looks mauled, almost like something got at it.
Like gnawed on it, or like
Yeah, like
some like multiple chunks.
multiple
and bites.
chomps. Yeah.
Oh
there's-
man. Oh jeez. You didn't see what did this?
No, man.
I mean, you have your lanterns
I was
lit when
just-
you're working. What the hell?
There's lanterns all around me. Yeah, like I was just swinging the pickaxe, man.
Actually, so is it left arm, right arm?
Left arm,
So, are you right-handed, left-handed?
right-handed.
So that's your
It's like
off arm, but still, like, you do swing with both arms, right? Like, how does something sneak up on you like that?
I don't.
This is pretty bad. Here, I gotta address this. Hold on, and then yeah, I'll spend another healer's kit charge trying to bandage it up.
Okay.
Another medicine, or no? Or keep the 20.
No. Yeah, keep the 20 because that was to investigate it. Sorry, roll me another 20. That was to investigate.
I'll roll you another 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Apologies.
Oh, 18.
Not bad. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Which
you're-
that's
you
without the
managed
bardic too. Like I haven't used it yet.
Yeah. Like you are wrapping it, and it's I'm not making you use 2 charges, but it's taking a significant amount.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
gotcha. Just
you
the one.
know, and he's like, thanks. And then you see like it's already just starting to like kind of bleed through. He's like,
Do
Will's
you
like,
have
"You
who
got
else
this."
is down here with you? Like, do you guys have anybody working with you? Is
No,
anybody
it's just
missing?
the 3 of us. It's just the 3 of us. And Willem was like, listen, can we need to get him to the
Yeah,
tents.
yeah.
Thank you for helping us.
Definitely.
Show me
And-
before you go. Show me exactly where you were swinging.
Yeah, good point.
He just like literally is like pointing to like the rock. Like he fell like backwards and just pointing directly
Straight
in front of
ahead.
him.
Is there any
Yeah.
like deep crevice or cracks near the?
I'll say there's no deep crevices or tracks, but you can give me an investigation check if you want to.
I
I'm
do.
gonna cure wounds him.
Oh wow, nice.
Well, I
But I'm
did
gonna
that
try
already.
to.
I already did. So like he's
I
fine. I'm
totally
just-
missed that you did that. My bad. Thank you.
You're good.
No, it's all
Yeah.
good. I just want to save you the spell slot.
Yeah.
Nice.
So like the way that I do it, like yes, he's essentially you healed him, but he's still. in
But he's
pain.
still got the wound.
it doesn't magically
yeah,
grow his skin back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
got-
investigation.
He got 6 HP back.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. So he's any threat of bleeding out or losing the arm due to necrosis or something like that is gone. Like he's like,
I
Thanks.
just didn't want to be embarrassed. We go to a healer and be like, "You had healing magic this whole time," because that's definitely happened.
What were you doing?
Yeah.
You were just gonna let him die like that? Jeez.
I was
Yeah.
saving it for an emergency.
Yeah.
As Carlos is looking around, I will relay, like, because I don't know if everybody got a good close look at the wound. I'll be like, yeah, that arm was fucked up. It was, like, chewed up, like, real bad. And if that was
Oh.
one creature doing it, they were fast as lightning. But it looks like maybe multiple things were kind of just, like, kind of latched on and started chomping on him.
I will say, Davis, as you are done kind of wrapping it up, and I'll get to your investigation in a second, Cars. There's almost like this, like a sticky spit or mucus on like your hand from wrapping it. Like you like kind of pulled it away, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah, I wish Marb were here. He loves goo.
Yeah. Kind of.
He
there's
even
no
has a
pockets.
pocket for it.
He had a pocket and vials for it. Actually, yeah, I'll be like, hey, Dragnar, you know all sorts of gross stuff. Does this look like anything you're familiar with? Because
Well, that's what I was
this
getting
is
ready
on
to
his
say.
wound.
First off, I'm going to pull out the
Alchemist, not
Like-
the special alchemist
yeah.
kit, whatever it's called.
Hedgecrafter's collection
There you
kit. I'm going to get a little vial, and then I'm going to pull out the book that Marv gave me the manuscript of Urban Beast, and I'm going to look up Cobalts,
Okay.
and then I'm going
Magically, as you're kind of flipping through it, they don't qualify as beasts, so you're like kind of nothing there.
to. Okay, so nothing there. So not going to be there. I can investigate this later to see exactly what it is.
I'm just like there, hold my hand out, let you take whatever you need.
Yeah, I'll get like their little. I'll pop it open and take a little sample, put a cork on it, put it.
Yeah.
in.
It's almost clear. It's got maybe like a slight green hint to it, but not much. Like, if there was a color to the mucus, it'd be kind of maybe green.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a little
Or
waft
saliva.
because since I've messed around with poisons to see if it's a poison.
I'll just go ahead and give me a nature check. And
Since
then
I'm using the
Yeah.
headcrafters, do I get bonuses?
You'd have to read the item. I haven't looked at it in so long.
It gives me proficiency with tools and advantage on checks.
Then yeah, because you're using the tools to assist you with it, I'll let
Okay.
you get. Yeah, it smells like
Yeah.
cilantro.
Ooh, nice.
Ugh.
Total of 23.
Ooh, nice.
Not poisonous. A little
Okay,
sticky.
I
A little
say it's not
adhesive.
poisonous.
Yeah.
At least I don't think so.
Carlos, as you're investigating and kind of hearing what Dregnar and Davis are doing, kind of looking it in, it's a solid rock that he was chipping away at, and you see maybe like the slightest glint of something shiny underneath. You kind of remember what they said. You kind of take a step back and look around. There are foot trails, people walking through here recently, but you don't see the signs of anything running off quickly. Like, you don't see like quick footstep dashes or little cobalt feet. You don't even see, as you like look for a crevice, you find a crevice kind of off to the side, and you look, and you don't even see like where maybe like some scale or some fabric might have been scraped off if something trying to squeeze through. It's
How about the pickaxe itself? Any of that slime on there or anything off about it?
Did you roll 23?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there would be just a little bit of that mucus kind of, or saliva, I should really say, more like saliva, on where you would kind of imagine he was holding it, swinging.
Adam,
Towards.
sorry.
Is there any magic coming from the wall or pickaxe or anything?
No. No your detect magic is not picking up anything.
I'm gonna go over where Karos is kind of looking at the wall and all that, and
I'll
I'm gonna.
point at the handle too, where it's looks like whatever that goo you found. I mean, it's right on the handle. I don't see it on the head of it, unless this thing dropped from the ceiling.
When
Yeah,
he says
look
that,
up,
I'll
look up. Exactly.
Before you see
Roll initiative.
yeah.
There's a cave fisher. You're
The
all dead.
ceiling is just all mouths.
I was gonna say,
Just
you
gibbering
realize
others.
you're in the gullet of a giant entity, and you're just being, no.
The whole mountain is a mimic.
Yeah. You found out the secret of the Snoring Mountain.
We're back in one of those Volpine flesh farms. Like it's just an entire mountain size now.
Yeah. It is solid, and as you look above, it's no.
Well, just because I want to use it again, stone cutting. I want to look around to see if I can see if there's maybe a small hole or maybe something that could be possibly shifted or moved or something like
will
that.
say that it's not really cut stone. Like, you're almost in a natural tunnel that they kind of worked through, and kind of you see like there was like they didn't even really get to lay track down here that well. But you can use it, but it's not going to be as helpful as you think. So go ahead and roll, but like there's not that much worked stone. There's worked stone in the terms of it's being chipped away,
Okay.
but there's not like reinforcements or.
So what am I rolling here?
Maybe a
Perception?
history.
History?
Well, what's your stone cutting say?
My stone cutting says it's a history check for the origin of stone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Because you can do perception, but you can do the double for now, but it's not good.
Oh, 24.
24. You're looking, and there's nothing made by humanoid hands here. Like, there's nothing, altered, added in place. The only things that have been like added is like recently is they brought in some lumber and some timber and they just kind of set it up and then they put a hook on it and have a lantern there. Some of the crates, there's no stone work here on this side.
I'll look at cars like I don't see anything where it could have come through, but that doesn't mean there's not something here. There had to have been something here.
Are all the brothers gone? Did they all bring him back, or is
Yeah, they all went with him. They're not.
Except for
They
Willem,
gathered
or
their things. No, Willem went with him.
Willem went with
He
him.
said, "I'm going."
Did we see where people were getting their like as we walked through? Did we see parts where stuff was just laying up against the walls, or did we?
Yeah. So
Was there like a requisition spot where people were picking up their tools and stuff?
people are bringing their tools with them, but you did see that there are just tools laying about in some parts of the mines. Like even Dregnar picked up a lantern and like a pickaxe. You're just like, hey.
But as best we know, those were just like abandoned, like they just said fuck it and left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I touch the wall where?
No.
Yeah.
Like I'm just gonna just
You have to have
everywhere that he was
permission
chipping
first.
at. I'm just gonna just like start like rubbing my and see if there's.
Whoa.
Maybe it's not rock. Maybe it's gonna try to bite me. I don't know.
You can give me a nature check as you're kind of feeling the earth.
Guys, if this wall bites me, we're leaving. Ooh, that's pretty good. 20.
20? Yeah, you're
24.
kind of 24. Nice. You're kind of running your hands, kind of trying to perceive both in the narrowscape and in the ethereal here between. It's a stone wall. There might be some minerals in it, and maybe some gems if you were to continue chipping away. No
I'm
rock
gonna-
eating.
I'm gonna start chipping away then.
With
Tipping
what?
away.
Grab his drop pickaxe and just start swinging where he said he was.
You're chipping away
Okay.
at the what?
The wall where the
At the rock?
dwarf. Yeah.
Okay, rock.
The rock. Yeah. Yeah.
Roll me an attack roll, rock against rock. No, I'm kidding.
Rock is hitting rock,
Yeah.
and then he'll hit rock bottom.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check as you start chipping away. Because you got the pickaxe, you can do it at advantage.
Can I take out my whip and ready if something happens? Something attacks me?
Sure.
17.
What do? Whip him into submission while he's chipping
Yeah.
at the way of the rock.
No.
Who's the
Al's
master
just a
now?
cruel taskmaster. He's just gonna get Rock to work faster. So Rock, you just start chipping away. Some of the stone is very, starting to flake away. You go a little bit further and deeper, and you're not cracking into like you're not uncovering any hidden crevice or. How long do you think you're gonna go for it?
I mean, 5 minutes, and then I would
Okay.
be exhausted.
Yeah, so good. 5 minutes. Go ahead and roll me a D100, a lucky check, please.
D1. You. Well, actually, you. A 2 and a. Wait. Oh, that's a 92.
92. Yeah, as
92.
you're chipping away, chip. You just get dust, stone and dust.
Rock,
Woohoo,
what,
stone
rock,
and dust.
what are you
I'm sorry.
hoping to find there, buddy?
I don't know if nothing. We didn't see any. Well, we were here, but they said they didn't see anything move. We've seen weird things on the server. I imagine that I don't know. The wall came alive and bit him or something. And we shouldn't be here because mining this place is actually some secret cave deity that's very upset with us. So I thought I'd try to upset it and get bit too. Just point, and then we can leave and not piss off. But Turns out I don't think that's true.
Sounds
Just like really
that-
staring at me.
Yeah. Well, no, I was about to say that sounds surprisingly reasonable, actually.
Yeah, being adventurers, the crazy stuff starts to sound reasonable.
I don't think the cave is alive.
But
That-
where the fuck did whatever bit him come from then? Like, I mean, is it invisible, or are we just like you guys? God, I wish Mario was here. Fuck.
Hey,
To hunt stuff, and I
You
don't know how
can
to do
see
that.
this shit that we want.
Oh, what was that, Carlos?
I was gonna say, hey, Rock, set that pickaxe down once.
Okay.
Check your hands. Like, are they sticky or like more so? Like, cause there was some on that slime on the handle, but
Am I sticky?
So, like, if you were to hold it where, like, left hand was on the bottom, right hand was on the top, then your left hand would have just a little bit of that, because you never wiped it off, right? So you'd have a little bit of that,
Residual.
saliva mucus. Yeah, residual. If the other way around, it'd be the other hand. So it's a little bit. And it is, like, when you try to part your fingers, it's not like you can't, but you know, it's like when you get, like, your hands covered in, like, simple syrup or a sticky liquid in or like, melted candy, and you just try to part them, it's, like, it's kind of sticky.
I smell my hand and then I just like stick my tongue out and just like give it a little taste.
Rock,
Uh,
no.
Smells like spit. So it smells like, you know, kind of like of a like mouth smell. I don't know how to explain that smell. And then you kind of part your hand and almost tasteless. Not really much.
Carlos is gonna put his foot on the pickaxe to keep it steady,
Mhm.
and take out a hand axe and try to just
Mhm.
shave some wood off the handle down by where the left the left hand would have been, where the slime saliva was.
Okay. Okay. So as you kind of like have propped it up against your boot up against it, and you start to you take out your hand axe and you shave a piece of it. Um, you take a little bit of wood off, and then you take another one, and then this um, almost like greenish liquid starts to kind of seep out of it, and then you just feel a chomp on your foot as the pickaxe opens up and the blade kind of opens and a mouth goes.
It's a mimic. God damn it.
What the fuck?
All right. So
Fuck, I was about to do something too, but okay.
yeah. So I guess let me I didn't expect
Carlos
that.
was like literally just like shaving parts of it off. That's awesome.
It's like
I'm gonna
ow,
torture you,
ow, ow.
motherfucker.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, give me 2 seconds to move you guys over to a map real quick.
What's
Well,
funny
no,
is
I don't need to move you to a map. I'll just keep it here
the
right
thing
now.
I was going to do is going to be a thing I'm going to end up having to do because I was going to summon Hearthguard, see if anything happened, and I'm probably going to summon it now because we're going to fight some shit.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm just grabbing something to represent the mimic. You guys are on the Carver screen? Yeah, you guys are on the Carver screen. We'll just
Well, I
jump
know
over
there's
there.
stuff to the right of it, but I haven't panned.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
just.
yeah, if you do
yeah,
the
fine.
alt click or whatever, the ping shift stuff whenever you need.
Yeah, no,
that's-
yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm not doing a grid for this. I'm just literally gonna bring you guys over here. There we go. And then it'd be Karos with his foot on. And I guess Rock would have been close. Set now. Okay. So yeah, this like you see where the pickaxe, you know, both ends of it, the pick itself, like splits open and just rows of teeth and a slathering purple tongue wraps around you and just chomps on your foot. It's going to just automatically hit. And and you're going to take probably not a lot.
83 damage.
1 point of piercing damage and 3 points of acid damage as you hear your boot just slightly. Okay, and then you'll see it like it slips its tongue, it sticks to the wall, and it like pulls itself up, and it kind of moves like 10 feet. Right, Karas,
Does
what do you
Karas get an attack of opportunity?
Let's take a swing.
do? Okay.
I have the hand axe in my hand, so I think it's only plus
You're still proficient, right? Yeah, 9.
9. Yeah, I just couldn't remember if my flail was +1 or not, but it is not. So
Counts as magical.
Oh, that's all it is? I was going to say, your claw should have done something, but it's just magical, not a +1.
Oh.
Oh!
Bingo.
Bow, 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 bow.
Oh shit, dude.
Okay, so yeah, as it chomps down and it starts moving, you just instinctively just. You can roll damage if you want to. You don't have to, and you just cut it in half. And then like where the tongue part was, the bottom part of it just like falls off, ding, 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 and it starts to like turn into this amalgamous goop, and then it just starts, and then just kind of all falls, and this goop starts to form on the ground. After you killed a little mimic.
I think we found out what's been biting the miners.
Well, I was going to tell you not to hurt it, see if we could follow it, because I highly doubt a mimic just happened to appear
I mean,
here.
couldn't it be the case that someone is supplying tools like this?
That's what I was thinking of.
I mean,
Adam, can I do like a nature, some kind of check to see what I know about, if I know anything about mimics?
Yeah, let me see what that would be, because they are
aberrations? Not sure, actually.
they're
Monstrosities, right?
monstrosities.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
But just have to think, like, because their origin is very much in the arcane, so it would be an Arcana check. I have a table somewhere that I use as a little cheat sheet, so I remember what I kind of determined what it was for what monstrosities is Arcana. Yeah,
Arcana. Okay.
yes, sir.
You're a
As you
saint.
very quickly dispatch of this, like, it was a hand axe. It's a small little mimic. 10. That ain't natural. What is that? You don't know. You've maybe heard the term mimic, something that can take the form of something inanimate, but that's about it.
I
They don't
assume
know
this
much
would be
about
weird for most of us?
Weird for all of
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, I would say it's pretty safe to say none of you have encountered a mimic.
what was that?
I mean, I have a bag that eats things.
Yes, but you have a bag that doesn't like sprout a mouth, right?
True.
So
Did you, Karas,
Is-
did you turn that into something? Like, you were, what were you doing?
there you go. Blah, blah, blah.
Is this illusion magics?
That might doesn't look like an illusion.
Yeah, I was gonna say, usually illusions, you can just, like, put your hands and stuff through them. This is...
Say I don't believe and it's gone. They're useless, but
Yeah.
When Adam, as soon as they say that, I'm going to turn and start running back the way we came.
Okay.
Where you go? Turn-
Full tilt.
Yeah, which nobody could get you.
whoa.
Okay. What can I ask? What are you looking for?
I'm going back to where the other person got injured right before we came in, and I want to check out those items that are on the ground.
Got you.
As he's running away, I'm gonna say, I hope a lantern.
You cut out.
You
I don't
hope
know if that was
what?
on
Cut
purpose.
Cut out.
Oh no, I yelled down the tunnel. I hope a lantern bites.
Oh. I thought you were
Gotcha.
doing like a dramatic cutout on purpose.
Yeah, I hope
Because I hope on that.
No.
Rock
Bad
now.
Okay. So yeah, you you book it. You guys all see Dragnar just.
Dragna. Fuck.
It still takes, like, you can't go absolute full tilt because there's still going to be people in your way, but you're rushing and they're like, well, slow down, and then you kind of push through people and all that. So, but you still get significantly ahead of everyone. Go ahead.
Before I follow, I heard that the mimic the Karos killed, the bottom half turned back into goop. Is there
All of
any
it did
evidence?
eventually. The goop
It
first,
is all goop.
and then it sloughed into goop afterwards.
Cool. Okay. Then yeah, I'm following.
Gotcha.
Is there any teeth or anything? Or even the teeth turn into goo?
I would say one of the teeth broke off in your foot when it bit you, so you have a tooth.
Okay.
You can just run with it.
But
Sure.
other than, yeah, they seem to liquefy upon death. But yeah, Dragnar, you get there, kind of moving people out of the way, and then as you're kind of seeing the entryway, the step down, there are some tools, there are some carts and crates and all that presented and available.
If I'm looking for something that has either blood on it or the goo on it.
You can give me a perception check.
Okay. $18 + 6, 24.
And then no, like you're scanning over, looking, maybe picking a few up and kind of tossing them to the side. Not here.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going all the way back to where we saw that first person get hurt.
He was like at the step coming down, so like, you kind of go look, and you see maybe a little bit of where he was bleeding, but you don't see any tools.
Okay, I'll start making my way back and looking at the tools that were on the grounds that we passed on the way where I just came from.
Okay, you do kind of catch up with the group as they kind of run up after you, and then you guys are met kind of close to the entry where the step down is into the uncovered portion.
Whoa, hey, I didn't want to run back. I want to go in and
Well, I wanted to make sure there were no more of those things pretending to be tools. Because if
Yeah,
you look
but
around, there's tools everywhere, and that one guy got hurt. I'm just making sure that no one else is going to get hurt by whatever that was.
I did say for myself, I would not have run after Dragnar. Going because more people further up,
Oh,
right?
so you went further. So you would.
Yeah, I would have kept going further because who knows what's
Oh.
ahead.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. Okay, so then I need to split. Okay, so I should ask then, who's chasing after Dragnar and who with Rock?
I'll go wherever Karos goes.
So he sped off. Did anybody follow
If I
Dragnar?
had known ahead of time, I would have followed Rock.
If I see him dart immediately at full tilt, I think I'm not gonna try to catch him because I don't think I can, and I'm sure Sej thinks the same. So I'm gonna go with Rock.
Okay. Boop.
Like there's no way I'm catching that guy.
Well, for everybody that's still there, I'll kind of say there's no knowing how many of these things are pickaxes, and who knows if they can make themselves look like anything.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions.
Maybe we start to take stock of how many people have been injured, unless you want to walk down this hall and
I mean, Rock's.
take a hand axe to every tool we see.
I mean, it seems like maybe it's not just tools. Maybe it's part of the minecart itself. Maybe the rails. Maybe they're the tracks. Who knows? But that's fucked up. What the fuck? What was that?
I don't know.
Like
Yeah,
things
that
could
was
just be other
weird.
like gross beast mouth thingies. What the? Ugh.
Well, I mean, to be fair, people in our party have been birds and giant
Oh,
lizards, so you know.
Fair. But like,
But those things they're supposed to have teeth, you know?
yeah. Well, birds
what-
don't have teeth, except for Marb, I think.
I guess, but those things are just supposed to eat. How about that? Pickaxes don't eat.
I mean, I've never seen anything like this before, but
Yeah, you
know,
didn't do
there's-
that, right?
there's
Like, that was a thing that was already like that?
Dude, I didn't make it into a living creature.
Okay. All I saw was you were, like, doing stuff to it, and then it went, Rah!
Well, I wanted
Yeah,
to
I like-
scrape
Carlos would
off.
tell us if he was suddenly versed in the creation magics.
I would hope
I
so.
just wanted to shave off some of the wood to see if it was actually wood.
I
If
hit
if
the-
that slime was on it or if it was oozing out of it. But I guess we know that it's coming from it now.
I used it as a pickaxe and it didn't bite me. Why did it bite you?
Well, I was literally shaving part of it off with my hand axe. So I imagine it probably
Yeah,
was
probably
a
didn't like that.
little defensive.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, we should warn everybody ahead, and even if it means
God, what
They
do we
get a
even
full
tell
lens.
us?
breaking all the pickaxes.
The fact that it doesn't
But-
bite immediately
This is-
strikes me as that it's a opportunistic.
Yeah, how do you even tell, other
Creature.
than just, like, literally trying to murder every piece of equipment you have before you use it, and then probably rendering it
Also,
useless?
Fire?
They're like
Torches?
plants. Maybe they live here, and we should just leave them alone.
I don't think that kind of stuff should be left alone there, Rock. Like, that's evil shit. Like, trying to look like something just so you can eat other things, that ain't right. Like, it's not like the swine folk. The swine folk had a bad fucking rap. This shit, this is bad, man. Like, there's no goodness in that shit.
Like, is
Okay,
it
well, if we
totally
find
just
another one-
algorithm?
You have to let me try to talk to it.
Oh god, is this like the bag
Ha-
again?
How do we know until it bites?
Like, I didn't like the
Well-
bag, and we're just letting you have that, but...
That thing was so fast. With a tongue. That's not a mode of movement.
Yeah, I mean,
oh
it doesn't
god, that's
look
what I
like
had in my
the-
hand. Ugh! And then I, like, just, like, shaking it. really, really, like... Gross.
Prestidigitation.
I just feel like everywhere we go, we're like, hey, we found something new. Let's kill it.
This thing tried to kill Karos! What the fuck?
Well,
Oh, maybe it wasn't trying to kill it. It bit his arm. What the or his foot? What the fuck, man? Like,
yeah.
Like,
I
if we
mean,
can,
This is not.
there's some
You
things
know.
that just can't be reasoned with, man. I'm
Rock,
not
there's
gonna
something to be
stop you from
said
trying.
there's something to be said with people coming into natural creatures' habitats and disturbing them.
What if-
I came from a fairly non-urban environment, so I understand the need for equilibrium with nature. But
Well, yeah, this seems like the opposite. This seems like something trying to
This
weasel
is-
its way into, this kind
it's
of more
not
urban
magical.
environment.
I looked at it with my with, and it's not magical. It's a real live creature.
Yeah. A real.
You're sure?
there's no denying that. I mean, it died. I guess it didn't have much in the way of a body or blood after
Yeah,
after
that's
I chopped it, but.
just I don't know.
But still, the fact that it's able
clearly
to
smart. It knew
it's
to
able
like
to
hide from
mirror
us.
itself. Right. Well, the fact that it's mirroring non-creature objects, like think in nature, things try to look like flowers or
Oh
things
god.
that naturally occur.
we
But
don't talk about
this
flowers
thing,
anymore.
Flowers that eat people. I remember that. Oh, Carlos, you weren't here for that. It was painful.
Pickaxes make less sense. What?
yeah,
what-
this is something that can observe a created item that is not naturally
Right,
occurring
like
and
pickaxes
contort
aren't
itself.
a natural thing that occurs. That's a thing. Like, listen,
But
Rock, I'm willing to give you a shot, but I don't hold out a whole lot of hope on it working.
If we can find
I-
a docile one, like I agree.
find a docile one. Can we keep it as a pet?
No,
I don't know about that. You get one pet. Besides,
I'll tell you
that
what,
one-
you can keep it as a pet as long as you store it in the bag.
you got it.
Yes, I don't know.
If you can get it back out of the bag, then that's even better. Anyway,
Well,
yeah,
let's
let's go.
go.
Let's go, Warren.
Okay, so traveling further down, eventually you get to maybe pass up like a few more groups. But eventually it goes to a portion where there are no other people working the mine.
Well, so is
And
Rock, are you like gonna stop and talk to the groups along the way that you see and be like, don't use your equipment?
Every group, I'm gonna be like, hey, we're with the mining equipment inspection group. We've had some weird things happen. We just need to borrow your tools for a second, and then I'll hand the tools to Karos to just like shave a little to see if any more try to bite us.
persuasion check out the wazoo.
Hey,
Hey guys, we're with the inspection kind of group.
I'll bravura the first time this happens, I suppose. So you can add a D10
I'm
if
just
you
gonna
like.
do a general group check. Okay, cool.
So am I rolling something?
You can add an extra
Yeah,
D10 to
persuasion,
your persuasion.
and then you can
Roll
add a
on board.
D10 if you want to.
Persuasion, cool. I'll roll a 16, so 14's not bad.
But you can add a D10.
Okay, add a D10.
And I can add a D10,
Alright.
which gives me a 4, so 19. Okay, 18.
19.
18, math hard.
Everybody look serious. Come on.
Yeah, I'll be backing him up. I'll be like, yeah, just let him do his job. We'll be in and out, in a hurry. It's just formality.
Come on. Don't hold that up for everybody else.
They're just kind of, they don't know what to. They're not a guarded group, so they just kind of hand over. You got pickaxes, hammers, chisels, bags, gloves. Like they're just kind of lantern.
I'll hand some to actually I'll just hand some to in our little group, and I just give it a quick check. And I have a dagger, so I'll
I
just
have a dagger
like
too.
stab.
I'll just do the
You're
same
gonna have to
thing.
tell me how you're checking. Okay, dagger, whatever you stab, Rock, it's regular equipment. Davis, you stab or that regular equipment. Who's checking what?
I got a dagger.
I
as
was going to try to take a torch to the heads of the pickaxes just to.
Okay.
I like it.
I figured if people saw
Yeah.
us like cutting into their tools, they'd probably
Exactly.
be a little
Yeah.
annoyed and pissed off. So
I mean, we're
check
not
the
like
things.
carving
Like,
them. We're just slivers.
hey, can I
Okay.
check out your bag, man? Okay, cool. Let me stab it with a knife.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Now I have a hole in my bag.
Instead, let me
asshole.
burn it.
Your bag is bleeding,
I
by the way.
said
You should
the
get that looked at.
pickaxes. I'm checking the
Still.
pickaxes.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
will say,
burning
okay,
bags.
so the way that you guys approach it, some of them are like, what do you do? Okay, and kind of, none of these objects that they hand you, these tools, not react in any way. Like the heads of the pickaxes and mallets, they start to kind of blacken a little bit from the soot of your flame. But
It's
no,
all up to
no
code,
chomping.
gentlemen. Good job.
Yep.
Carry
Good
on.
tools. We approve. Good doctor work. Thank you.
Treat
Going
mine.
forward-
Resistant. Good shit.
You've heard about the injuries from faulty tools going around the mines, correct?
Yeah, that's why we bring our own down here.
Yeah. Don't let any of your tools or equipment out of your sight.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm talking like no setting it down to go get lunch or take a leak.
Yep. From the time you
Bring
leave
it
your
with
place to the time you get here and then back home, never leave your sight.
Okay. Will do.
If you
Thank
see
you.
if you see some errant tool left around, don't bring it with you.
We're like the fucking TSA.
No, you guys
If
are
you
see a
see
bag
something, say
unattended.
something.
Exactly.
It's OSHA. You guys are 100% OSHA right now.
OSHA.
That's 4 ounces of liquid? Motherfucker.
Excuse me.
All right.
Is
I
that
will.
what you had inspected? Up to date?
You're gonna have to take your shoes off, sir.
If you find any slimy, sticky secretions on anything, leave it where it is and go report to the medical tent.
Tell
Let
HR.
them know.
And don't eat it. Doesn't taste good.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And they just kind of turn and just get kind of back to work.
Remember,
And as you guys,
safety first.
thank you. You guys get run by. There's gonna be maybe about 3 more groups that you guys will run into. The last 2 groups are with like the armed people.
We probably don't have to stab all their tools. I feel like, we should just ask them if they brought their own tools or if they picked up tools here in the mine.
It would have been faster this way anyway.
Yeah, so we'll just ask the next groups if they brought in their own tools and if they've made sure they still have their own tools.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys kind of run by, get to the next group, intersect with them, ask them if they have their own tools. I'm just gonna continue the persuasion check as you go. Yeah, there are tools. All right, is this about some of the sabotaging that's going on?
Yeah, yeah,
Or
we're investigating it. We're the mining tool investigator people.
Some of the injuries seem to have occurred when people set their equipment down and looked away, or picked up a tool they thought was theirs that was unattended. I just want to
Yeah.
make sure people aren't leaving their tools around while they're doing other things, keeping them in sight, keeping them on hand.
that seems pretty careless of people. These tools, I mean, they're hard to come by, right? Why would someone just? All right, don't worry. Well, yeah, they show you the tools, you inspect it. They say that they're gonna hold on to it. Nothing.
Okay, keep moving on. As we're going too, we are looking around to make sure that
Yeah, you'll see that
trade
there's
tools, right?
yeah, like there's some old abandoned crates. But as you guys are getting this far in, there's not really much left down here. And as you get to like the next, like towards the end, you can't really see much. It's like the last of like the lantern light. You see two groups of about probably totaling 12 people with 4 guards or 3 guards. Um, and they kind of see you approach and say, uh, "What do you want?"
But I just whispered to Karos, "Hey, you tell them you're better at it."
We've been
Listen,
going down the mine, asking different groups if they can confirm that the tools they're using currently were brought in and out with them. The sabotages that have been going on lately seem to have occurred with individuals who either picked up tools that were already on site, or after, leaving their own tools unattended. Just another 2 injuries occurred on our way up here, up the path.
terrible. No, the tools are supplied by Lady Estress. Or no, these are
She has them under lock and key when they're not in use. Supervised.
I don't. I believe the lady does. She's hired all these people to mine for her. I don't think she wants anything bad to happen to them.
Have any of her people ever been injured?
I mean, what, like ever in the history of ever? Then yes, but I mean, if
No, just in the last week. Has anybody come out with some hand injuries that were hard to explain, or just anything weird?
Lacerations.
Yeah.
Puncture wounds. Things like that. Not from seemingly unsuspecting accidents.
Now that you mention it, yeah, a few weeks back. Yeah, a few weeks back.
We're definitely gonna need to inspect all of your tools, just to make sure, and then we'll be on our way.
All right. You'll see that there's actually one of the carts on the rails here with some of the crates that they have some lanterns set up on. Again, using the persuasion check from previously, say, all right, everyone take a 5-minute break. Let these folks inspect your tools. Seems like they're here to make sure everyone's safe. And they start, handing you the tools. You start checking them. Carver's taking, the torch to the metal bits and all that. Seems legit. Nothing grows teeth or an eyeball or licks out a sticky tongue at you. Yes. All right. Are Lady Estra's men good to continue working?
Seems all right. Just make sure to stay on the lookout if anyone's injured. Take note and be mindful of whatever tool they're using, even if it's their own personal daggers, satchels, anything. If you want to do your own tests similar to what we've done, feel free, but be aware. You know, there could be some concern. Just take as much caution as you can.
Okay. Thank you. Nice to know that some people are checking out for everyone down here. Well,
Try. I assume that this doesn't happen often, but just try to make sure that even when folks are taking breaks or for lunch or relieving themselves, stay in pairs, things like that, just in case tool sabotage turns to something a little more sinister.
absolutely.
Get a digging buddy.
Yeah, work in pairs. Well, we're fortunate that there's, say, 12, so we can get them, but there's only. Thank you. We'll make sure it's okay. Uh, they will tell you that there's no one beyond them. So, and you see, they have some stuff like set up and put into a cart that is actually on the railing, the tracks, and they have the crates, but everything seemed to check. What are you guys doing now?
Should we head back to the medical bay and start sharing what we found?
Yeah, it's to check on. I think it was Grim that got chomped on.
And whoever that other individual that got bit.
Yeah, and on the way back, I want to keep my eyes out for any Cobalts.
Okay.
Could
You
be
guys.
the.
Go ahead.
I was
Sorry.
gonna say it could be the Cobalts
I think
had a hint that something was up.
I think they're just getting the blame, and I think they're totally. Maybe I think they may be unaware, but we'll see.
Could be, but if you're not looked very kindly upon for your opinions, you might not be willing to share them when you see something weird.
True.
And if I remember correctly, most kobold kind are born with mountain. Basically, they're very keen to senses when it comes to minds like these. I would assume.
Yeah, don't they pop right out of the ground like dwarves?
I mean, I think they're known for keeping in the shadows and the darkness, right? But not exactly born out of the ground, is my
Hey.
understanding.
Ragnar, can you really pop out of the ground?
Learn something new every
Oh, he's
day.
gone.
Yeah, he's actually not here. He's the only one.
Not here.
He's the one that ran over. But I would say you
Oh, yeah,
guys.
he ran off.
We could have caught
I
up
forgot.
at this point, though.
Yeah, you guys do sync up, and you're
Well, then
heading
I'll think
out.
about that in my head, like. And
I'm totally gonna ask him that.
I'm
Swear.
totally gonna ask.
Swear I
Yeah.
heard they just pop right out of the ground.
I will say here, you guys sync up with Dragnar, make your plan known to head back out, and go to these tents to go check on Grim. Yeah, I mistyped, sorry. To check on Grim and Finn and his brothers, and that's a good place to take a break. As you guys will venture back out of the mines, leaving the entries and trying to find the location known as the tents.